Well, we're back to discuss La La Land, and if you saw our review, we all liked it. It's a crowd pleaser. It's a good movie. It has a whole lot going for it, and so much so that all the things that I didn't like about it were either canceled out by something else, or it was just it wasn't so bad that it was a deal breaker sort of thing for me. I felt like Ryan Gosling's not a very strong singer.
I don't understand why, like, the interest in Ryan Gosling. I don't get it.
He's got a good boyfriend sweater.
Is that it? He's sort of nondescript.
I think he's a good actor, and I think his performance was good in this. I just felt like, he was the weaker of the two leads as far as the singing parts go.
But no Pierce Brosnan.
Oh no. And that was something else that I was thinking about while I was watching the movie, is that what really annoys me in movies is when you have a celebrity who's singing because they're a celebrity instead of a singer who's singing a song you've already heard before. And so because these were original songs, it didn't bother me as much as if they were doing a musical I'd heard before and was like, why on earth are they making me like suffer through
Pierce Brosnan singing ABBA.
Pierce Brosnan singing
yeah.
SOS or whatever it was. But I thought, like, everything that I worried about, especially like in Act 1, I think they did a good job of coming around and dealing with.
What else did you not like?
I was really glad that there was a character in the movie that said to him, like, you're the one that's ruining jazz.
Was that John Legend?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
That he was just like, because that was something I was having a problem with, was like, this guy's being pretentious and ridiculous, and if the movie's trying to say that this is a virtue that you should have, then I'm not going to like that very much. But it came around, and it did a good job. To me, the highlight was Emma Stone's audition song, at the end, the climax, where she said that she would do it again. I think that was the best. But it also wasn't like a strong performance. Like, it was a good song and it worked well within the movie, but I don't need the soundtrack. I don't need to ever hear that song again. And I don't need to hear it sung by Emma Stone again.
I think it would have been better if they had stronger singers.
Yeah.
Like, I get that you want to put, big name actors and actresses in the movie, but it's difficult to, like, listen to her sing because she doesn't have that great of a voice.
Yeah.
But when she was acting, I loved both of them. I just really didn't want them to sing. Or maybe have someone else sing and they just lip sync it.
And the other thing, to be fair, I mean, and to your point about the opening sets this tone that's like, oh man, this is going to be crazy off the wall, musical. It's going to be West Side Story or something. And it's just not. They use music when they feel like they need to,
And they used it as a theme. I mean, there's that one musical theme that sort of repeats he keeps showing up, and that music keeps showing up.
Which is another thing that, like, I eventually came to like. That is a trick, and it can be used manipulatively. When you're presenting a new musical work to somebody, when it's like a musical or an album, or you're playing something live and it's music that no one's ever heard, and you have something that comes back every once in a while, like every 20 minutes or so, there's like this sort of reprise of something. it gets the audience on your side because the familiarity starts building and they start feeling like, yeah, I know this song. I like this song. I think in this movie it really worked because if it weren't a overt musical, you're right, it would just be the theme. It would be the background music that played every time they had it's like their love theme or whatever you want to call it. And so that song just kept coming, and it played on the radio when she was at the restaurant and that sort of stuff. So I felt like the first time they started repeating stuff like that, I was like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing. Like, I was seeing through it, but then it was like, no, this actually works as a device, and it's not manipulating us into liking the music more than we should or feeling things that they haven't earned us to feel from them.
One of my favorite things in this entire movie was every single scene from the opening number with the dancing on the cars until the very end. Every scene, foreground, background, it always had music going, except when they got into an argument. It was the only scene where the music stopped. And I thought that was beautiful.
Yeah.
And just completely set the tone.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Going back to the idea of having Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling, I really feel like it was a good choice because, number one, they have really good chemistry, and then also, like, they're so cutesy that I could totally see them breaking out into song. It's absolutely believable. Whereas if they had put somebody else in there, like if John Legend had been the lead, it would be like,
Angelina
really?
Jolie, just
like really?
Yeah.
Are you really gonna start singing right now? But with them, they're so cutesy that it's like, oh yeah, definitely, they're gonna tap dance right here.
No, you're right, and for this movie, I think it was definitely preferable to have strong actors versus strong singers. I think that was the more important side of it, and I think that's why they did what they did. I'm super hypersensitive to people that are not professional singers, that aren't really, really good, and like we were talking about Mamma Mia before, like. That makes my skin crawl. Like, I never want to hear that or see that again. This didn't have that. I didn't have that problem with this. It was just like a lot of, and it felt like they sort of tailored the songs to what the people could do. Like, there's the song that Ryan Gosling keeps singing, the one he sings a couple of times about the stars.
Shining,
Like, that is right in his speaking range, so it's almost like it's the easiest thing for that voice to sing is what they gave him. And when she picks it up later, you can see it actually, when she starts it off, it's actually a little out of her comfort, but then they bring it back down a little bit, and it goes right into her speaking range. And so, when people are singing in their speaking range, it's really easy for them, but it also can come across as lazy. It just comes across as, you're not performing, you're just sort of, you're talking longer than you were before.
And then the auto-tune starts. And it's just all over.
I was sad that there was like no T-Pain in there. They had a little bit of dubstep moment.
When that guy hit the like machine controller and the like extra percussion kicked in, and Ryan Gosling's looking around like, where is that
I kind of wanted them
from?
to take that, like a step further, and it just be like kind of ridiculous. Like a synthesizer.
It was pretty ridiculous.
At the end, Ryan Gosling should have been like in a dead mouse helmet, just a DJ. That would have been amazing.
I think he should have like walked around for the rest of the movie after the party with that guitar on.
Yeah,
That was awesome.
Yes.
Like
that was so hilarious.
Who doesn't
It
want to see
really
Ryan
was.
Gosling in a red jacket and a guitar?
Yes, yes.
Oh, so good.
Well, and the photo shoot was good too. Like just bite your lip a little. Just bite your lip a little.
Well, what did she say to him? Like, can I borrow that? I got an audition for, like,
Firefighter.
some kind of
It was a
firefighter.
serious firefighter.
Serious firefighter.
The first 10 minutes where Ryan Gosling is just shaking his head at Emma Stone. Like, that's the only interaction they have for 10 minutes. It's great.
All right, can we talk about the flying into space scene?
Sure.
Why don't you start?
Okay. First off, for some reason, I hate it when people fly, like, with the cords, you know what I'm saying? Like, that drives me crazy. I hate it. And then they do their flips. You always have to do a flip when you're up there. I hate that. When you have your harness, I hate that. But I was like, okay, I can buy it. But then when there was just their shadows and it was obviously, like, professional
Not
ballroom
them?
dancers,
Yes.
I was like, come on. Just, and then I was out.
Yeah.
But when they first went up, I was like, okay, maybe. And
Just
then
a
when they
little
came back
drum
down, I was like,
sequence.
okay. But they were up there way too long.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where, like, there's probably something that everyone doesn't like about this movie, but it's outweighed by
What we don't like.
how charming it is and how earnest it is.
There were lots of things, and I would love for somebody who's actually familiar with those older kind of old Hollywood movies, because I think there's probably a lot of scenes that we think are kind of crazy that are nods to something else.
No, they absolutely are.
And so I wonder if that's like a nod to some
They
other.
absolutely are. I mean, I was surprised they didn't do, like, the Fred Astaire three-dimensional dancing thing.
Yeah, like so I wondered if it was from something. Like, there was definitely a shot where she looked like Audrey Hepburn. Like, the way she, like, a facial expression and the way they done her hair and what she was wearing. And,
Yeah, like, and the flying scene, like, I could take it or leave it. Like, it could have been... It could have been more subtle.
it
Like,
made me think of Peter Pan.
well, it could have been more subtle in that, like, you could have been watching the scene and not realizing that they were actually off the ground for a while, and have it pan back and it be more overt that this is happening. But I did like the way that they did it, because the way that they started it off was just like this handkerchief flies up into the air, and they're supposed to be looking at each other like, what is happening? But the way it's shot, instead they look directly into the camera. So it's like, you see the handkerchief go up, and then you see Ryan Gosling just like looking into the screen like, what?
just happened?
My,
And then you see her do it, and then they...
my favorite part of
They
that
go.
scene is, like, his reaction to the handkerchief flying is to grab Emma Stone and throw her into the air.
Yeah.
Like, that is exactly
gravity.
what I would have done.
Hey, you. Throwing you. Where's this thing? Not nailed down.
There were a lot of
Shake your
straight
legs.
on looking at the cameras in the movie.
Well, I mean, and I think that's intentional too. And that's the side of Ryan Gosling that Hannah doesn't understand. She just
Next with
doesn't.
you.
He doesn't
Come
do
on.
it for her.
At
don't
the
get it.
end, when
No.
he looks at her in the doorway, he brought the smolder.
Yeah, he
Come
did.
on.
Yeah, no. I don't get it.
No.
I don't get the hey girl memes.
Blue Steel.
No.
Well,
The last 10 minutes of the movie, when he's playing the song that you hear through the whole thing, and it goes through and lives the entire movie over as if they had made different choices, I thought that was wonderfully done.
and kind of heartbreaking.
Oh, very
Yeah.
heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But it's also, it's very true to this movie in that you get the Hollywood ending, and you get the ending that fits this movie.
Yeah.
They should have done it Wayne World style.
Yeah. I was thinking that they were just gonna leave it like ambiguous of which one really happened, but then they didn't.
And I think that made it stronger.
I do
Yeah,
too.
absolutely.
And just that last moment.
Ugh.
The smolder.
Sure, if that's what you
But
want.
I like that. I like that, you know.
It's real.
I prefer a tragic ending to a happy ending.
Agreed.
And like, you know, this isn't true for everyone. I mean, this is why I say like this is a very appealing movie, because I can enjoy it as someone that's not really fond of, you know, Hollywood musicals, because there's like a love story in there that is charming all by itself. And for me, like, if you took all the musical stuff out of it, like, he could still be a jazz pianist, but, you know, not have these overt dance number routines. You know, that opening scene would never happen in my version of the movie, and I would have been perfectly fine with it. So I thought that ending worked.
I'm gonna start looking for my car the way that he taught everybody.
Yeah. You've never done that before?
Does it really work?
Well, not really, but everybody does it. I mean, I've definitely done it. Yeah, you put it up to your chin and you push it, and then it like, I don't know. It supposedly makes it stronger. Doctor, say what?
Yes. Did Dr. Oz tell you?
No, I'm asking you.
You might get cancer, but
Yes.
you do find your car faster.
I mean, to be fair, I do lose my car a lot, so maybe that would help.
We're gonna try it.
Just put it up to your chin. Beep, beep. I thought everybody did that.
Fantastic.
That's La La Land. If you like the way we do these, please like the video, subscribe, check out all the written video reviews at dalemaxfield.com, and thanks for watching.